right.
Create a little edge to it. Let's meet our bowlers as they vie for a spot in the Tournament of Champions. Our number 3 seed, Gary Santora from Auburn, Massachusetts.
And this is week number 3 for Gary Santora, beating Brian Feast and Kevin Woodside the last couple of weeks, averaging 128, very close to what he's been scoring on our show the last 2 weeks. High single is 193, his triple is 466, and he bowls out in the Worcester area at Thunderbird Lanes in Auburn and Colonial Bowl in Worcester, Mass.
He's been very consistent in his 2 appearances over the last couple of weeks, a 386 and a 390. He rolled a 647 in the roll-off to earn the number 3 seed. Now the top seed, he's been waiting in the wings to get a shot at the championship this afternoon, Bruno Defeo from East Boston.
And he'll do it from the number 1 seed in our 4th ladder out of 6, averaging 123. Bruno's high single is 192. High triple is 464, and Bruno's in a number of different bowling centers, including Central Park Lanes in East Boston, one of 3 bowlers this last 4 weeks, Sunnyside Bowlodrome in Danvers, and a little summer league bowling at Ryan Family Amusements in Malden.
And a not too shabby 688 to earn him the top seed in this ladder series. Let's get right to it. We're going to have a champion at the end of the day. It's Gary Santora and Bruno Defeo. We're coming right back with this afternoon's match on Candlepin Stars and Strikes on WNDS TV. We'll be right back right after this.
Together and feel alright. Feel Jamaica move you. Oh, Jamaica touch you. Oh, now let's get together and feel alright. Say now come to Jamaica.
Call your travel agent or 1-800-JAMAICA.
It's Honey Nut Cheerios.
We began this ladder series with 5 bowlers hoping for a berth in the Tournament of Champions. Week 1, Brian Feast defeated Joe Stella. Week 2, Gary Santora down to Brian Feast. Last week it was Santora eliminating Kevin Woodside, setting up this championship match with Gary Santora taking on Bruno Defeo. It'll be Gary Santora first to bowl here at Leda Lanes. On his way to a 300 game. The strike by Gary Santora in the first frame, $975 is available for the triple strike jackpot, in case you were wondering. Right in the pocket on the Brooklyn side.
Boy, that could have been. Got some pretty good wood, too. With the 6 and the 7.
You got to scatter that wood.
Yeah. Well, he missed the piece of wood that he most needed, and that was the one in front of the 6-pin. Instead, he took the 2 in the middle, which went straight back into the pit.
That's what he wanted to do, and that'll be a 10 box. Now, Bruno Defeo waiting out over the last couple of weeks, last 3 weeks, as the top seed. Ball is off the head pin. Bruno, 29 years old. He's a chemical operator for Raffi and Swanson in Wilmington. He's married to Dory, who is here today with his daughter Kayla Nicole, who was born this past summer.
Sitting on Mom's lap right there.
I was going to say, you'll get a shot of him.
Yeah,
you can
there
see
you
him
go.
now.
Very well behaved little girl.
And Bruno starts out with a 9 box. Bruno's a fanatic when it comes to Boston sports teams, in particular the Bruins. And he wants to buy the team.
Well, his $1,000 top prize today could buy a bag of pucks, maybe.
Beautiful strike for Bruno. Both bowlers striking in their first time at the line. Gary Santora. 2 out of 3 for Gary. Watch Gary Santora cross to the Brooklyn side, and his second strike in 3 boxes. Again on the head pin.
Can't buy a double now, though.
Gary's a system administrator for Stratus Computers in Maynard. He's been married to Michelle since 1981. Missed the spare here, put 8 in the strike. And a 9 box.
I think you mentioned $975 in the triple strike jackpot, which has been hit once each in the last 2 years. Gary Carrington 2 seasons ago. Last year, Rich Clark did it in the Tournament of Champions.
Bruno looking for a double. Breaks up the split. Can't score the strike. Has all sorts of wood in front of the 10 pin. Some going the right way, some going the wrong way. Bruno waiting for the pins to settle. Just blast that front pin as back as straight as you can. That's the danger. That pin went over all the way to the next lane.
It went over into the left gutter of lane 33.
And that'll be a 10 box for Bruno.
Will have to clear the pin that he tossed from lane 34 over to 33 out with one of the house balls.
Just missed the head pin. But the head pin goes. Might have been better off if it stayed.
Six, 8, and 10, and moving wood roving around on the plate. Looking to be more of a hindrance than a help. Unless the deflection is just right off the right wall.
That's a great shot by Bruno Defeo for a spare in the 4th frame. Terrific shot. Watch it again. Played the wood perfectly.
I'm surprised it went as straight back as it did. It looked to be too much of an angle.
Both bowlers with 2 marks in the first 4 frames. Gary Santora missed the head pin, left the 4 horsemen on the left side.
412 is the top spot in the Tournament of Champions, with Mike Poulin. 349 is the low spot. These bowlers looking for the highest possible position for the spring tournament.
How did he miss that shot? Looked like it was perfect. That'll be a 9 box for Gary Santora. It's interesting to watch Bruno Defeo as Gary Santora bowls. Bruno doesn't watch him. Puts his head down.
Well, he looked up to see that spare made.
Spare by Gary. Now Bruno steps up to lane 34.
If you watch a lot of the 10-pin bowling on TV, the high-power tournaments they have, you see a lot of the guys looking away. They won't watch their opponent.
On the head pin. Well, the wood is good for Bruno there. The piece in the back is angled in a pretty good situation, which gives him a shot to pick up this spare. Not an easy shot, to be sure. Not gonna go.
Missed the object pin, which was the 2.
That's the shot he had to make.
And a tie match through completed frames, 64 through 5.
But Bruno's up against a spare by Gary Santora in the 6th frame. Michael will not be with us next week for the taping.
That is true. Actually, I'll be missing the next 4 weeks since we tape everything all in one day. A little surgery on my voice, of all things, my voice box.
You auditioning for The Sopranos?
I love that show. It's a small polyp on my vocal cords that needs to be removed after experiencing some recent laryngitis and hoarseness. Had it examined at Mass Eye and Ear, so it's just quick in and out surgery, but nevertheless, it is my livelihood. So I'll see you guys back in 4 weeks. Dick Lutz will be flying solo for the next 4 weeks.
You have to go, what, 3 weeks of absolute silence?
That's true, which pleases a number of people in my life. I have to be silent a week before the surgery, and then at least 2 weeks afterwards, so I don't do any damage.
Just means you'll have to work with your hands.
I'm learning all about writing a lot more. Of course, email will keep me in touch with family and friends.
However, 2 marks in a row for Gary.
By time folks are hearing this information and watching the show, the surgery's already been done and over with, but our next taping is during my quiet post-surgical period. So don't send cards of flowers.
Gary is trying to fill. Yeah, you're already out of the hospital by the time this is on.
That's right. That's it.
Well, we wish you the best.
Well, thank you. I'll miss you.
You gonna practice your bowling while you're out?
I've been
Spare
thinking,
for Gary.
I've been thinking about that.
3 marks in a row is $50 for Gary Santora.
I'll have plenty of time on my hands for 3 weeks to do absolutely nothing. Think about it, folks. What would you do if you had 3 weeks when you couldn't say a word to anybody?
Bruno Defeo tries to respond to Gary Santora's 3 marks in a row. But all he has to show for it is a split.
I'm not even married, so there's like no spouse that's rejoicing.
No, but your close friends are very happy about this, I'm sure. Your daughter.
Close friend. Liz is going to have to do a lot of my communication.
Look at this shot by Bruno. He almost made it. How will you be communicating?
Well,
sign language?
I'll have one of those little pads that kids write on, you know, that you tear away and you draw something else.
That's a $9 for Bruno Defeo.
But I'm a little worried about when I go to the bank, if I like walk up and hand them a note, they're going to slap the cuffs on me and give me an exploding die pack of money.
Try the ATM.
Yeah, I think I will.
Bruno missed the head pin that time. Tough shot for Bruno here. An early lead for Gary Santora in this championship match. Well, Bruno gave it a good shot. Couldn't get a break. How long does the surgery take, Mike?
I don't know exactly how long, but I'd say less than an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Mass Eye and Ear, Dr. Steven Zeitels. Good part of his clientele is performers. The day I was up being examined back in December for this, there were people in other waiting rooms singing opera. So his clientele includes performers from New York. And
yeah, but they were going in for hand surgery. Here's Gary Santora, 4 marks in a row. Gary with a great first string working here. Watch the strike. That's 4 marks in a row for Gary Santora. That's another $25 in bonus money. And he is on fire. Right on the head pin again. Can he break up the split?
Well, that's 3 strikes and 3 splits following his 3 strikes in this game in the first, third, and 9th frames.
6 marks in the first string for Gary Santora. He's trying to move that deadwood around from
Yeah, I kind of
60
like
feet
it.
away. Got a shot at it. Oh, the 10-pin is still standing.
Well, we mentioned over the last 2 weeks he hasn't been above 139. Well, he is now.
He is at 148 with this last ball to go, and it will be 148 for Gary Santora in the first string. Terrific first string for Gary. Bruno Defeo needs a couple of marks to close the gap. Well, I'm sure all of your fans and followers and friends and everybody who knows you wishes you the best and looks forward to seeing you back and hearing you back on WZID in the not-too-distant future and seeing you back on Candlepin Stars and Strikes on WNDS TV for the next taping session.
That'll be in March.
In March.
March 7th. The ball goes well. Well, thank you very much. That's very kind.
Does it put the kibosh on your Super Bowl trip?
Yes.
It does, huh?
I will not be going to Las Vegas, as I do every year for the Super Bowl.
Bruno with a good shot.
Which means I've saved that much money that I haven't lost playing blackjack.
Well, Bruno came through with a spare when he needed it. He really needed it there. Another one would not hurt the cause. Missed the head pin. He'll only put 4 in the spare.
It's the 4 horsemen on the left, the 6 and the 10 in the right-hand corner.
Right through the hole.
You can see what he was trying to do, but it's an awfully risky proposition. Now he'll just go for the 4 and hope that he can clip a couple in the corner.
He'll just pick one off and finish with a 5 box. So 109 first string for Bruno Defeo. Heady 39-pin lead for Gary Santora, headed for the second string in this championship match on Candlepin Stars and Strikes from WNDS TV. We're back to Leda Lanes in Nashua, New Hampshire right after this.
Salad Master, the next generation.
This is our Salad Master electric skillet. It's a liquid oil core. You can actually cook without any grease at all. We're taking the skinless chicken. We're going to throw it right in that Salad Master pan. It's so happy to be in there. It's actually gleaming with delight.
You don't have any oil in there?
No.
You oiled the chicken.
No, we didn't. The oil is in between the surgical stainless steel. It's suspended so you can cook without grease, oil, and water. And Johanna, take the pan. We've cooked these vegetables with no water at all. Dead on. Look at that. Waterless vegetables, bright green. Tastes so delicious. Kurt has seen the show every day. George, our neighbors over at Custom Caps, and they can tell you every single day we cook the bright orange carrots. They're so bright and delicious they put sunglasses on every day because they're blinded by the bright colors.
A feat indeed, a feat indeed.
Phone toll free 1-800-338-2090 or visit us at our display office at 48 Beach Street in quaint Manchester by the Sea, Massachusetts.
I love Golden Grams. Larry? It's me, Jerry, your long-lost twin. Wait! I'll be right back. Yeah, sure. I finally found you. Be right back.
Everything else can wait with Golden Grams.
30 long years. So what's another minute, huh?
The taste too good to interrupt. Golden Grams.
Hey, Golden Grams. I'm gonna need some milk.
Get the best selection and newest fabric styles ever at Ben Franklin Craft's Fabric Truckload Sale. Stock up on factory direct fabrics at incredible 99 cents a yard. There's thousands of fashion length yards to choose from in a variety of colors, patterns, and styles. Starting at only 99 cents a yard. Hurry, the Fabric Truckload Sale in soon. Values good at Ben Franklin Craft.
For crafts and florals, raving and fun, the fun's just begun at Ben Franklin Crafts. Dad, why do you shave?
Well, because I don't want a beard.
Why do you wear a tie?
That's easy, because I have to.
Dad, why Why do you always eat Cheerios?
Because Daddy's cholesterol's kind of high.
And a study shows the whole grain oats in Cheerios can help lower cholesterol when part of a low-fat diet.
Why do you have high cholesterol?
Oh, because Daddy used to eat not such good things before he met Mommy.
Daddy?
The one and only Cheerios.
Will be first to bowl in this second string of this championship match on Candlepin Stars and Strikes on WNDS TV. Dick Lutz with Mike Morin and our entire WNDS TV 50 crew. Bruno trailing by 39 pins after the first string. 148 for Gary Santora, 109 to Bruno Defeo. Bruno needs to start making some shots.
Bruno was one of 4 bowlers mowed down in serial-like fashion back in our first or second series by Mike Poulin. Actually, it was our first ladder. He was beaten 432. He lost with a 418 triple. I'm sure you remember back in October. Imagine 418 and you lose.
Not only you lose by a lot.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I lost by 14 pins.
Bruno bounced one down that time. Got a pretty good fall.
Well, it's a makeable spare anyway, unlike many of the others that he's had.
There's a spare for Bruno. You have an interesting career memory note on Bruno Defeo that you put down there.
Yes, this was, I believe, maybe the last True Value Channel 5 live show. They'd always do a live tournament of champions type of thing at the end of their season. With the $10,000 first prize, and his first match was up against Janet Pak, who's a superb woman bowler from the WCBC. And he was just extremely nervous. He did eventually beat her, but it was very close. I know Janet was very nervous because I spoke to her a number of times about it. It was groundbreaking territory for both bowlers, but Bruno did go on to win. He didn't win the tournament. But you're a little bit more under the microscope when you're bowling in a different situation. Janet Pak actually finished quite well in the one of the recent WCBC tournaments.
Gary Santora looking over a tough spare leave with some wood.
Came in 3rd in the recent Stacia Zernicke Memorial back in January.
And there it goes for Gary Santora. Watch it again. Played the wood perfectly and got it to kick off the side wall to convert the spare. So both bowlers with marks in the second frame of the second string, and now Bruno Defeo looks to fill that spare. And he fills it with 9.5. Unfortunately, that half still stands.
Well, if you're going to miss it, Bruno, miss it to the left. You've got lots of company.
Good spare for Bruno. 2 marks in a row. A chance for some bonus money. $50 for 3 marks in a row. $25 for each succeeding mark. 3 strikes in a row is worth $975.
Oh, frustrating.
When we came into the bowling lanes today, Michael and I were presented with a videotape, and it was sent by Barbara Holmes, and it's a tape of a match that was on Channel 5 years ago with Don Gillis, and she says we might enjoy seeing a 500 triple. Well, we will, but she doesn't say who bowled it, so we haven't had a chance to watch the tape yet. So it's a 500 triple that was bowled on Channel 5, but it doesn't say who rolled that 500 triple, so we'll have to watch it and see
I'll take it home. I'm going to have a lot of time in my hands.
Yeah, over the course of that rehabilitation period.
Yeah.
Recuperating period. Watch it and let me know who it was. If you'd like to write to us, we'd love to hear from you. And you can write to Candlepin Stars and Strikes, 50 Television Place, Derry, New Hampshire, 03038. we enjoy hearing from our viewers from all over New England as Gary Santora converts the 10. It's nice to hear great old stories about Candlepin bowling. The who, what, where, why, and when, as Gary Santora in the pocket that time, a 7-pin drop. There are some great anecdotes and some great historical points that are given to us by people who were there when it happened. Gary missed the spare.
As bowling Candlepin style enters its 3rd century.
Another 10 bucks for Gary Santora. We're going to the break. Gary has the lead over Bruno Defeo in the championship match of the 4th ladder series. On Candlepin Stars and Strikes on WNDS TV. We'll be right back.
I love Golden Grams. Larry? It's me, Jerry, your long-lost twin. Wait! I'll be right back. Yeah, sure. I finally found you.
Be right back. Everything else can wait with Golden Grams.
30 long years. So what's another minute, huh?
The taste too good to interrupt. Golden Grams.
Hey, Golden Grams. I'm gonna need some milk.
Hey, did I grow yet? Am I taller? Nope. Are you sure? I better eat some more cakes.
Now Kix is a good source of calcium, as much calcium as the milk you pour on it. Kids need all they can get during the years when pediatricians say bones grow the most.
Anything now? I think a couple of centimeters. I thought so.
Kix, with more calcium than any leading kid cereal. Kid tested, mother approved.
Over the years, I've faced some pretty tough challenges. Spyglass, Bay Hill, Pebble Beach. But there's one challenge I hope I never have to face again. That's why I eat my Wheaties.
Numerous studies confirm that a low-fat diet rich in whole grain foods like Wheaties may reduce the risk of certain digestive cancers. 100% whole grain Wheaties.
Shouldn't you be eating your Wheaties?
Bruno Defeo ready to bowl as we come back to live action. Nearing the halfway point of this championship match. Bruno trailing by 34 pins to Gary Santora. Bruno buries one in the pocket. 3rd mark of the 2nd string for Bruno, his 1st strike of the string. No doubt about that one, right in the 1-3. And the 4-pin, the last to kick out. Can he make it 2 in a row? Yes, he can.
And now he's got a couple minutes to sit and think about $975.
Watch it again. This is number 2 for Bruno, a little on the Brooklyn side, and they all cave in. Well, $975 on the line next time he steps to the line. Gary Santora tries to answer.
Well, if he gets a strike, I'll let you do all the screaming so I don't blow my voice out here.
Can't you do it now? It doesn't make any difference.
Well,
they're going to fix it anyway.
If I do too much damage, they won't operate.
Gary missed the spare. He picked the 6 off the 10. So Bruno has a chance to climb right back into this thing. Gary will take a 9 box. Well, you'll see Bruno's family there. That's his wife, Dory. The baby is somewhere behind the scorer's table there. And I believe that's his mother. Gary with a backdoor shot again. He had a lot of those last week. This is the 5-pin still standing with wood attached. Frozen to it. I think that goes. Even if he misses the pin, but that's academic. He'll take the spare. All right, now it's time to hold your breath as Bruno Defeo steps to the line. $975 on the line in the triple strike jackpot. Not much else needs to be said. We'll just let you watch Bruno Defeo go for $975. Half Worcester.
How disappointing is that, huh? But it does tighten the matchup considerably, cutting Gary Santora's lead almost in half.
That's the one he wished he would have had. Watch out, it might still go. No. Bruno trying to start another run of marks. Just missed it. Costly miss for Bruno. $10 for Bruno Defeo.
Sunday, February 27th, 7th annual Rock and Bowl at Pilgrim Lanes to help send several of the better than 200 kids, the junior bowlers in the program there, up to Canada for an international annual tournament. This is the 7th year that busloads of kids from Pilgrim Lanes in the Haverhill area have gone up to bowl against their Canadian counterparts in various junior programs. Some of the top names of Candlepin bowlers, Stars and Strikes show that you've seen over the years will be there. Dick and I will be there as your MCs and hosts.
Watch this spare by Gary Santora one more time, bouncing off the wall. Are you going to have your voice back by the 27th?
I
February?
should.
Yeah.
I should.
Or am I going to have to bail you out?
We just mentioned a couple of the bowlers who'll be there. Everybody loves the Morgan boys, Tom and Mike. They'll be alongside, as well as Cookie, Dave Richards, Babe Carrington, better known as Gary.
Another spare. That's $50 for Gary Santora.
So join us, won't you, at Pilgrim Lanes, 9 o'clock Sunday morning, Feb 27th. 7th annual Rock and Bowl. It goes for about 4 hours. You'll have a chance to bowl with the pros, as well as win some terrific prizes. There'll be all kinds of great food, games, clinics, raffles. It'll be a good time. It always is. I've been to most of them in the past, and I wouldn't miss this one. Dick will be there as well.
Bruno now needing to mark. Gary Santora has $125 in bonus money already in this match. Bruno has put a couple of marks together a couple of times, but hasn't cashed in on bonus money just yet.
He's given most of it back here with the Santora 3 spares.
Bruno trying to play the pin off the wall. Could not convert it.
This is no gimme either.
$10 for Bruno. He's at 118 with a box to go. Missed the head pin again. He is at 124. $127 for Bruno Defeo in the second string. $236 his total for 2. Gary Santora has a real opportunity here to put some distance between himself and Bruno. Gary puts 5 in the spare.
Needs to make this for more bonus money.
$25 on the line here. Will not make it. Well, Bruno stands to cut into some of that lead. That's going to be a 7-box for Gary Santora. But we could have an interesting match going to the 3rd string with Santora in the lead. Depending on what Gary does in this last frame. He missed the head pin.
Squeezing it and holding it a little bit too long, which was a recurring problem last week, although he came up with enough to win over Kevin Woodside.
Almost got the spare, did get the spare. The 4-pin, reluctant, but finally kicked over. Big spare for Gary Santora going to the 3rd string. $29-pin lead in the match, plus whatever he gets on this ball. And that will be 9 more. A final of 126 in the string for Gary Santora. He only loses a pin in that string. He takes a 38-pin lead to the final string of this championship match with Gary Santora leading Bruno Defeo. We're going to come back to that final string when we return to Leda Lanes in Nashua, New Hampshire for Candlepin Stars and Strikes on WNDS TV.
Do you ever conglomerate of pots and pans that look like this? Tired, beat up, and worn? Pans that cook like this with grease the cholesterol away? Or by drying your foods in water, pouring the water down the drain, which is why they say, if the sink had intestines, be the healthiest member of most families. Save your hat and save your health with Salad Master. Prepare your foods the waterless way, without boiling, retaining natural vitamins and minerals of the food. Pan broil without a drop of grease, yes. Salad Master, the world's heaviest, finest surgical stainless steel cookware. Multiply with inverted covers. A pistol grip handle and little valve on the cover to show you low boiling temperatures. Salad Master is guaranteed to give you a lifetime of cooking pleasure. Look at this for abuse. Salad Master wins every single time. And the perfect companion is this liquid core electric skillet. You can bake, broil, braise, completely immersible, and will prepare a whole meal with a high dome cover. Call right now and we'll include your choice of the famous salad machine that chops, peels, waffles, slices, crumbs, and grates, or the Salad Master 10-quart Master Roaster. Do it now today while it's fresh in your mind. Salad Master, the ideal gift for every occasion. Thank you.
I love Golden Grams.
Larry?
It's me, Jerry, your long-lost twin. Wait! I'll be right back.
Yeah, sure.
I finally found you. Be right back.
Everything else can wait with Golden Grams.
30 long years. So what's another minute, huh?
The taste too good to interrupt. Golden Grams.
Hey, Golden Grams. I'm gonna need some milk.
Get the best selection and newest fabric styles ever at Ben Franklin Craft's Fabric Truckload Sale. Stock up on factory direct fabrics at incredible 99 cents a yard. There's thousands of fashion length yards to choose from in a variety of colors, patterns, and styles. Starting at only 99 cents a yard. Hurry, the Fabric Truckload Sale in soon. Value's good at Ben Franklin Craft.
For crafts and flows, raving and fun, the fun's just begun at Ben Franklin Crafts.
Cold, hard cash savings. That's what you'll get now at your New England Toyota dealer. Get Washington's birthday savings up to $900 on Toyota 4Runner, loaded with the options you want most. Or make your best deal on a sporty new 180 horsepower Celica or the roomy, affordable Toyota Echo. Don't wait. Get your best Washington's birthday deal now at your New England Toyota dealer before cold, hard cash savings ends February 21st.
Every week there's an opportunity for you to participate on Candlepin Stars and Strikes with our bonus ball contest. Send your postcard with your name, address, pick a number from 0 through 10, 0 if you're really daring, and mail it to Leda Lanes, 340 Amherst Street, Nashua, New Hampshire, 03063. After every match, our winning bowler will roll a ball. We'll draw a postcard and match up that card to the winning bowler, and if the numbers match, you'll win the cash prize that's in the jackpot or a consolation prize from N&R Trophies of Winchendon, Massachusetts. It's the bonus ball contest after every match. Leda Lanes, 340 Amherst Street, Nashua, New Hampshire, 03063. We're ready to go with our third and final string. It'll be Gary Santora with a 38-pin lead, leading off here in the final string. That one got away.
I think he got hung up in the thumb hole there, didn't he? Oops. Just holding it too long.
A 7-box to start for Gary Santora. And we keep reminding you that we have seen big leads evaporate in a hurry in previous matches on Candlepin Stars and Strikes.
Would you say that Gary looks a little lost right now?
Well, he hasn't found the head pin in the last couple of shots. He does have a makeable shot here, makeable with the wood there especially. Gary now waiting for the wood on the right to settle down.
It's the 1, 4, 7, and the 8 with some wood in front of the 4-pin.
He's going to get it. Yep. Nice shot by Gary Santora. Played perfectly with the wood. And a spare for Gary in the second frame. Now Bruno Defeo needs a big string. As you watch that spare, watch the ball fit into the left of the head pin right onto that piece of wood, doing everything it needed to do to make the spare. Bruno needs to mark.
Bit of a double dribble at the line, but did okay.
The 1 and the 9 still stand. Piece of wood could get in the way. No, it took it down. Nice shot by Bruno. Our WNDS TV 50 crew working here at Leda Lanes, making all of it possible for you to watch Candlepin Stars and Strikes every week. Our director is Ken Knight. Working audio today is Dave Hand. On the tape machine is Dave McCarthy. Computer graphics handled by Larry Taylor. Video, Paul Hunter. And our Crackerjack camera crew of Jeff Garcia, Bob Dole, and Jim McLean here at Leda Lanes in Nashua, New Hampshire. They do a great job. They get here early, they stay late. They put on a great show, and they give you all of the pictures and excitement of Candlepin bowling every week on Candlepin Stars and Strikes. Bruno with a 9-box.
$1,000 to our winner today, as well as a $50 gift certificate to Haverhill Beef Company on Merrimack Street in Haverhill. Terrific selection of all kinds of meats, hand cut just the way you want them, or pre-cut if you prefer. Deli platters, lunch meats, and lots of things to make your meals a lot more interesting than perhaps they have been. The Haverhill Beef Company, Joe Terrazzano signing on this year and giving $50 each week to our winning bowlers.
The thing that impressed me about the Haverhill Beef store is that the different types of marinades they have for all of there's so many different cuts of beef and chicken and things of that nature that are all done and ready to go and ready for you to take home and cook. They have just any number of different styles and flavors, and all marinated there ready for you to take home, and they do just a wonderful job. Terrific store.
And with St. Patrick's Day just a few weeks away, I imagine they'll have an ample supply of corned beef for those who like to celebrate the traditional Irish way.
Now the pace of this match has slowed down a little bit. And that'll be a 9-box for Gary Santora,
who's giving Bruno Defeo every opportunity to climb back in. And Bruno is hesitant at best. He'll get a mark and then he'll have it open. Can't seem to string anything together. Perhaps
needs to put a couple
now.
here right now to make it interesting for the final 6. Right on the head pin. There they go.
There's the first one. He had a chance at a triple strike last game, but unfortunately threw a half Worcester on his what could have been the 3rd strike. $975 is in the triple strike jackpot. And that goes up $25 every week that it does not get hit.
Here's Bruno looking for number 2. In the pocket. 10-pin still wobbling. Tough split for Bruno here. Bruno's gained back 8 pins. And we go to the break with Gary Santora in control by 30 pins, 6 frames remaining in this championship match on Candlepin Stars and Strikes from Leda Lanes in Nashua, New Hampshire. We're going to come back for the finish right after this.
Cold, hard cash savings. That's what you'll get now at your New England Toyota dealer. But you have to hurry. Savings up to $1,500 on Camry. Or get special Washington's birthday financing now. Financing as low as 3.9% APR. Don't wait. Get your best Washington's birthday deal now at your New England Toyota dealer before cold, hard cash savings ends, February 21st.
When most people in business think of a courier service, they usually think of small packages. At Comet, we do that better than anybody. But sometimes in business, big things need to be delivered same day. That's where we can really help you. At Comet, we're ICC licensed and fully insured. And we keep our prices affordable for the small businessman. So remember, if your business requires fast, dependable, same-day delivery anywhere in New England, there's nothing faster than a Comet.
Dad, why do you shave?
Because I don't want a beard.
Why do you wear a tie?
That's easy, because I have to.
Dad, why do you always eat Cheerios?
Because Daddy's cholesterol's kind of high.
And a study shows the whole grain oats in Cheerios can help lower cholesterol when part of a low-fat diet.
Why do you have high cholesterol?
Well, because Daddy used to eat not such good things before he met Mommy.
Daddy?
The one and only Cheerios.
Gary Santora ready to go as we come back to Leda Lanes in Nashua. Dick Lutz with Mike Morin. Heading down the home stretch. Our 4th ladder series about to come to an end, and the winner of this match to join Mike Poulin, Joe Tavernese, and Scott Creighton in our Tournament of Champions at the end of the season. Six bowlers will compete over the 5 weeks of that Tournament of Champions to crown a winner. Gary Santora with another open frame.
Tournament of Champions, by the way, in case you're planning your social engagement calendar for the spring. The first week will be April 23rd, Sunday, and will run till the 21st of May, 5 consecutive weeks.
Gary in the pocket. The dinner bucket on the right side. The 3, the 5, the 6, and the 9. Took 3 out of the 4. Another open frame for Gary. He'll be open in 5 of the 6 frames in the 3rd string. And that'll be a 9 box. Another opportunity for Bruno Defeo.
Well, even if Santora does go on to win, his score will not be that substantial. He certainly won't be top seed unless he really puts the afterburners on. Probably going to be in the range of 380.
Winning is of foremost importance, then scoring becomes of secondary importance to place yourself in the Tournament of Champions. Bruno with a pocket shot. The 7-pin still stands. Bruno needs to make this mark.
Looks as though it
we're not going to count it. We're going to call it a 9.
You get a 9, yep. Chris Povit.
We're going to show it again. We'll show it afterwards. We'll show it afterwards. We'll look at it afterwards. After the frame, there's going to be a question on that shot. We might have to go to replay on it. Fellas in the truck, they're going to ask us to do that.
Look pretty close.
That'll be a 9 box, and we'll take a look at that, and Michael will make the call here. Let's see if we can get a look at it on the replay. If we can get a shot at it. Here it comes, and it is going to hit the wood first. It is no good.
To 9.
To $9. Yep. Gary Santora bowling on lane 34.
Now, does Bruno lose a timeout before going to the instant replay?
Gary will get the spare.
Seemed to be a little extra emotional push that maybe Gary needed to fire up for a big finish. Back-to-back spares.
So Gary Santora certainly in the driver's seat now. And Bruno Defeo battling an uphill battle. That's a nice shot for Bruno. An essential shot for Bruno.
Well, it's a treading water shot because he's up against a 7th frame spare by Gary Santora, who filled it with a 9. So anything less than a 9, and he actually loses ground with a spare. And on top of that, a difficult split with no wood to assist.
Got to make this shot. Can he do it? Nope. The mathematics of it becomes just about insurmountable for Bruno Defeo. Gary Santora, who missed out on an opportunity to gain a berth in the Tournament of Champions in our last ladder series, losing in the championship match, is not losing out on that opportunity this time around, it appears. Just 2 in the spare.
Well, it's the 5 and the 10. But it's almost mathematically impossible for him to lose.
103.
And actually, with 377, should he go on to win, add another minimum 10 pins, he'll be 2nd seed. Best he can throw here is 133, which would give him 410. So he'll be in 2nd spot, Tournament of Champions.
The pins continue to fall. The wood continues to scatter for Gary Santora. Gary missed the spare, went to the left of the wood. And takes a 9 box to finish with a 112 in the 3rd string and a 55-pin lead with 2 boxes remaining. Bruno Defeo needs a bunch of strikes to mathematically stay in it. It's virtually impossible. Mathematically not quite impossible, but realistically impossible. It becomes impossible with this first ball if it's not a strike. And Gary Santora has earned a berth in the Tournament of Champions on WNDS Candlepin Stars and Strikes at the end of the season with this win over Bruno Defeo.
So it's $1,000 and a chance to come back in April for the biggest tournament of them all.
10 box for Bruno. He's at 105. Bruno, another headpin shot, but not much to show for it. Sometimes waiting in the wings as the top seed is not as easy as it might seem.
Yeah, not this year anyway. Last season, everybody who went to the tournament was a top seed.
114 for Bruno and a three-string total of 350. A 386 to 350 win for Gary Santora over Bruno Defeo. We're going to come back to meet our bowlers when we return to Leda Lanes in Nashua on Candlepin Stars and Strikes on WNDS TV.
Have you seen? Have you heard? Have you tasted? Have you felt? You haven't lived until you've cruised.
Over the years, I've faced some pretty tough challenges. Spyglass, Bay Hill, Pebble Beach. But there's one challenge I hope I never have to face again. That's why I eat my Wheaties.
Numerous studies confirm that a low-fat diet rich in whole-grain foods like Wheaties may reduce the risk of certain digestive cancers. 100% whole-grain Wheaties.
Shouldn't you be eating your Wheaties?
We are running a bit short on time. Gary Santora defeats Bruno Defeo 386 to 354. And Bruno Defeo standing with me, a $500 check for you. Bruno, congratulations to you. We hope to see you again soon on Candlepin Stars and Strikes. Thanks to Bruno Defeo, our runner-up here this afternoon. Now right to the bonus ball contest. And Gary Santora will roll the ball and we'll try to match him up with a winner at home. Go ahead, Gary. It is an 8. And Mike Moran will reach into the bin and pull out a card. And it is a not completely filled out card, so we'll go to the next card. It is one that does not have a complete name and address, so we have to avoid that one. And go to Yvonne Chasen of Waltham, Massachusetts. What did she pick, gang? 8, a winner! $40 in the bonus ball. $50 in the bonus ball jackpot for Yvonne Chasen of Waltham, Massachusetts. And now 10 free strings of bowling will go to Mrs. Lorraine Ruthier of Claremont, New Hampshire. The second card pulled out of the bin by Mike Moran. She wins 10 free strings of bowling here at Leda Lanes. And we bring on Gary Santora, our champion here this afternoon. Long time coming, wasn't it, huh?
Well, yeah, a little bit. My second time this year.
Felt pretty good about being in control most of the way?
Yeah, well, I started struggling towards the end there. I was just hoping Bruno wasn't going to get too hot. I mean, you know, I was expecting his 160 game, but it didn't come about.
But you were consistent as usual, and we will continue to see you again. We'll see you at the Tournament of Champions at the end of the year. A $1,000 check for winning here this afternoon. We have bonus money of $125 as well, and a $50 certificate to Haverhill Beef for Gary Santora, and thanks, and we'll look forward to seeing you at the end of the year. Gary Santora, our winner here this afternoon, and we start a new ladder series next week.
That's right. Mike Poulin is the top seed. Now Gary Santora is number 2. We'll go for our 5th seed coming up starting next week.
Thanks for being with us. For Mike Moran and our entire WNDS TV 50 crew, I'm Dick Lutz. Thanks for watching, everyone. We'll see you next time on Candlepin Stars and Strikes on WNDS TV. So long, everyone.